In this module, we are going to talk about development of third world countries. The concept of third world countries originated in the Cold War era that starts just after the Second World War when there were two blocs in the world, socialist bloc led by Soviet Union, former Soviet Union, and the capitalist bloc which was led by America. It referred to the countries that were neither part of the Western Bloc nor the Eastern one that I told you earlier. In the contemporary world politics, the term of third world countries is used for the developing countries. Let's see how they understand the first world. There are different criterion to understand this first world and the developing world phenomenon. First world countries were against the Soviet Union and aligned with United States and with NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It is an acronym, NATO, that means North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And such countries which lie in the domain of first world countries have the following attributes: political stability, rule of law, capitalist economy, high living standards. If you see very closely that all these attributes, political stability, rule of law, capitalist economy, high living standards, well, you may say that it is there, but you cannot guarantee rule of law or political stability. Even in that developed part of the world, we find many gun crimes in the United States, very many racist attacks in United States, in Britain, in Australia, in New Zealand recently. Second world countries. The second world was comprised of communist bloc and the aligned countries. Second world countries have following traits: more stable and developed than the third world, centrally planned economic systems, single party states, average income levels. Again, this is, I would say, not a fixed one or not a final word for explaining about the status of the second world countries. So we may say that China, Soviet Union are example of that second world countries which are sharing these attributes. Categorization of first, second, and third world countries is based on the given criterion that you may follow it, like gross domestic product growth rate and gross GDP per capita income, employment growth, and unemployment rate in different parts of those countries of the first world, second world, and third world. And these countries' production rate also determine their status in the international market. Situation of labor market, human development index, very much important for determining the standard or the level of development of that country. Education or literacy rate, you may call it. Infrastructure. Hegemony of the first world countries is already very well determined in global politics. Third world countries are suppressed by international financial institutions known as IMF and the World Bank. Global aid is provided to the third world. First world intervenes in the political and economic affairs of the third world in the name of development. This is how that developed part of the world controls the developing part of the world. Increased inequality in the third world due to globalization. The perks of globalization are not the same for third world countries. You may contest these points because what I understand that globalization may be going to give fruits, economic fruits, to the people of developing part of the world more in a befitting way as compared to the developed world, as softwares are very much expensive and costly and restricted in the developed part of the world as compared to the developing part of the world, where very much expensive softwares are easily available, even free of cost. The rich is becoming richer and the poor poorer. It is happening in every part of the world where system capabilities that I mentioned in my previous lectures, extractive, regulative, distributive input capabilities, and then responsive and symbolic output capabilities work at domestic as well as at international level, and the efficiency level of these system capabilities which are employed by any leader in any part of the world guarantee the level of development in those countries instead of these ingredients that we earlier saw. However, globalization improved the literacy rate, life expectancy, and standard of living in the third world, but it is uneven. Yes, it is uneven because of the efficiency level, the varying efficiency level of system capabilities that I earlier mentioned: extractive capability, regulative capability, distributive capability. These three are input capabilities in any political system. And two are, I mean, symbolic and responsive are the output capabilities in any political system. They can be observed at domestic as well as at international level.